Today on Rich Cooks, we're drinking Japanese beer and making a Korean side dish. Let's begin. So kimchi, if you don't know what that is, it's like a Korean fermented cabbage, and it's spicy because there is red pepper powder in it. And in Asia, a lot of the foods they eat there are fermented. And a lot of my friends ask me Rich, why do you eat such weird food? We don't eat anything fermented here. In Europe, there's a really similar dish that's really f***ing popular in America, and it's called sauerkraut, and it tastes like a sweaty ball sack. So you need 4 pounds of Napa cabbage. That's a lot of f***ing cabbage. If you can't find this, you can use normal American round cabbage, but it's gonna be really crunchy and firm. This is gonna give you, it's all floppy. It's gonna give you a nice texture. A big ass carrot, a daikon radish, garlic, ginger, green onions. You can get these at Aldi or anywhere, they're super cheap. A shit ton of salt. Korean red pepper flakes. This, I don't know what it's called. It's some kind of fermented shrimp. Sugar, fish sauce. And if you can't find fish sauce, you could probably use soy sauce. And if you're gluten intolerant or whatever, you can use tamari, which is apparently gluten-free soy sauce. And if you don't like soy sauce, you can get Bragg's brand amino acids, which is soy sauce, but it's organic or whatever. That's all you need. The cabbage, you've got to cut into quarters. Oh, yeah. And then you chop it into bite-sized bits. I don't know. I usually do an inch. Uh-oh. And that part's hard, so you just throw it off to the side and then Jason cleans it up later. Oh shit, I should get a bowl. And you throw all the stuff in. And you want it to sound like a church bell or you're not doing it right. This cabbage is dirty, and I put it on the belt, so you gotta rinse that out. You take a half a cup of salt, and you go whoop. And then you fill it with water, and you kind of mix it in. And then you wait for an hour or 2. I usually wait for 2. Today, I'm drinking Sapporo, and it's all shaken up so it's foamy. It's a Japanese beer. I've had it at restaurants before. It's okay. It tastes like beer. It gets you drunk. And the recipe I'm using came from this Cook Korean book, which I found at the comic book store because it's part graphic novel about this girl trying to cook like her mother did. And then it's parts, what do you call this?
Cookbook.
Cookbook. We're gonna chop up some green onions. Not like this. Why the did I do this? I said to cut it at a diagonal. So you just kind of go like that. Also, the recipe said to do 4, but I did whatever was left in the fridge. You need about 1.5 pounds of daikon radish, which is about this much. It doesn't matter if it's too much. When you use any kind of root vegetable like this, people like to not use the outside part, even though that's where all the nutrients and stuff are. I don't know that that's actually true. That's what I heard when I was a kid. Hippies. Don't throw this away. It's still good. You can use it in a stock, okay? And also do the same thing to the carrot. The carrot's much easier. I don't know why. For real, don't waste this. Stick it in here. Make a soup out of it later. We'll cut this up and give it to the rat slowly, okay? Hi. Do you want a carrot? Do you want some carrot? I see your face. Get out here. Here you go. You're welcome. You don't want the carrot? So the book said to julienne this, but I'm not that good with a knife. So I'm just gonna do it in little strips like this, okay? This carrot is not cooperating. 1 inch of ginger, and it said 10 cloves of garlic. This is really small head, so I'm just gonna use the whole thing. The ginger, the easiest way to do it is just to use this thing again and to get all the skin off. And then to cut the end bits off. And then just set that aside, we're gonna use it in a minute. And then garlic pieces everywhere. So this is the point where you would normally mince this pile of stuff right here, but there's a better way to do it in this case. Hold on. So you got your bowl of garlic and ginger, and then this is a muddler like you would make a mojito with. And you just beat the shit out of it, okay? And you're done. Now that you have all your shit chopped up and measured out, you take the shit that you sliced, or julienned if you're good with a knife, and the shit that you muddled or diced if you're good with a knife, and you put it in like that. Onions, some amount of sugar, 3 tablespoons? I think it was 3 tablespoons. The hot spicy stuff calls for 3/4 of a cup, but Jason doesn't like the spice. So I put in 1/4 cup. Fish sauce, and shrimps. Oh God, this stinks. Put on a glove, because this will stain your hands all kinds of red. And then you just mix it up. Ideally, you want to mix it until it's like a paste, almost. You just keep squeezing them. Oh God, this smells awful. Do you smell it? Hey Google, how long is left on the timer?
You've got 1 hour, 13 minutes, and 6 seconds left.
So now that you're done with this, you wait for the cabbage to be done soaking. And then in the meantime, you put a bunch of in a pot and you boil it, and it makes vegetable stock. I told you not to throw that out. So it's been 2 hours, and the cabbage is all shrivelly and slimy, and it's ready to go. And you just go like that. Uh-oh. There we go. And then you just run water over it for a while, until you think it's not salty anymore. You wring it out, you squeeze it, you throw it in, and you squeeze it, and then throw it in, and then you squeeze it, and then you throw it in. My throat hurts from making that sound. You take this, put on your gloves, ready? You gotta put on more gloves, because this will stain your hands like the reddest they've ever been in your life, and it'll look like you murdered someone. I like neoprene gloves because I like the snap they make. You've got your bowl of cabbage and your bowl of paste, and then you just plop it in. And then you mix it together until it's done. And then you like squeeze it. You like really get it worked together. Oh, this looks so good. And then when you've got it all mixed together the way you like it, you can put it in any kind of container that's airtight. I'm gonna put it in 3 mason jars because I'm giving it to people, and then we're gonna fill this giant thing with it. So what you do is you just take it and you stuff it in a jar. Just stuff that. Yeah, stuff that so good. And then you put everything on airtight. As tight as you can get it. Then what you want to do is you take something with a lip. I usually just do a cookie sheet, and then you put all of the things on that because they're going to overflow, and then they're going to get all over your counter, and then Jason's going to have a heart attack because the counter's not white anymore. And then you leave the shit for like 2 days, 3 days, depending on the temperature outside. Hey Google, how cold is it outside?
The current temperature in Selfridge is 21.
It's 21 degrees outside. We don't keep our heat super high. This will take about 4 days to ferment. So it's been just shy of 72 hours. The kimchi did spill over, as you can see. So you do, oh God, there we go. You just give it like a nice sniff test. Oh, that's done. It's done when it smells really potent and not like dead fish. And then after you give it a sniff test, you take a bite. Oh, good. If it's not fermented enough for you, you just leave it out more days. After you do that, put it in the refrigerator. Don't let it ferment anymore. It'll last about a month. So you can eat it by itself, just like this. You can eat it in stew. You can make kimchi pancakes. You can make like all kinds of with that. That's how you make kimchi. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, a word from Jason.
We would like to do another Q&A video, isn't that right, Rich? Yeah. and we need some questions. So send your questions to us and we'll do a video where we answer them soon. Bye.
Garlic. Fish salt. Back in the 90s, they would start commercials with, and now a word from our sponsor. Nothing is quite as refreshing as a good beer.